Hi, this is Richard Miniter for Pajamas Media. I'm here in the Washington, D.C. hideaway of perhaps the world's most famous Danish journalist, Flemming Rose. He's the man who commissioned those 12 cartoons of Mohammed that for some reason started a little bit of unrest around the world. Flemming, thanks for joining us at Pajamas Media.
Thank you for having me. I think Europe is, at a moment of truth right now, and we have to answer Christians a question that we were not forced to answer for a long time. That is, who are we? What does it mean to be European? What is Europe about? That we have to lower the barriers for entrance and work out a more inclusive, politically defined concept of nationality.
So nationality has to become less about ethnic identity and more about an idea that is Danish.
Yes, exactly. And about citizenship. What does it take to be a citizen in a secular democracy?
Well, it means holding to certain values, I presume.
Exactly, of course. But we had to strip these values of their, of their cultural.
Funny, what you're saying, it sounds very strange because it sounds so very American. I mean, this is.
I think we have a lot to learn from America in trying to work out a concept of nationality that fits this age of immigration.
Mm-hmm. One of the key components of American assimilation, though, is people assimilate through work. If you hear people who defend even the presence of illegal immigrants, which we have a few of in this country, they'll say, well, they work hard. And virtually everyone on all sides of the debate will say, oh, yes, that's an important point. They'll acknowledge that. But of the 200,000 Muslims present in Denmark, which is a nation of only 5.1 million people, very few of them work, and they exist in public housing, what you would call social housing, mostly living on public benefit. The few that do work are engaged in things that don't seem to take them anywhere, such as driving taxis. They can be illiterate in both their own language and in Danish. How are these people going to assimilate if you don't radically shrink the welfare state and force them to work, and therefore force an obligation onto the rest of society to accept them?
I mean, you point your finger right to the center of the problem. We have to reform the welfare state, and it is true that in the United States the labor market is the most effective mechanism of integration, and we have to work towards the same thing in Western Europe. If you let people work, and if you lower the barrier of the sense of belonging, I think integration will benefit. But on the other hand, you also have some people that do not want to integrate. And that's a problem on the left. They have been pointing the finger on our society and saying, it's because you're racist, it's because you're imperialist, these people can't integrate. But it's now it's becoming clearer now that no, that might not be the case. It might also have something to do with the cultural and religious background of these people. The fact of the matter is now in Denmark we have almost zero unemployment. We have problems finding people to do work.
Right.
Although there are many immigrants that are not working, so we have to go to Sweden to bring in. It's a joke. You
have a labor shortage, and you've got thousands and thousands of immigrants who refuse to work.
Exactly. But this is not only Denmark's problem.
No,
this is a problem in Western Europe, and we have to face it.
Yeah. One last question. Looking again at these cartoons, if you had to do it all over again, would you publish these cartoons?
I don't regret that and I think this has been the most important debate in Denmark for decades, and it's been, a common reference across Western Europe.
Do you think by publishing them you protected free speech in Denmark?
It remains to be seen. But in fact, I did not create a new reality, but I revealed a reality that was already out there, and now we are able to discuss that reality in a more fact-based manner than we used to do, and I think that is a big achievement.